Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In collaboration with Sieg, New York, the Zeonic Shadow has sent me the RX-80RR Red Rider for a sponsored build video. The Pale Rider line is a personal favorite of not only mine, but the Zeonic Shadow. I had built a couple of them, but he was able to pass me along this Red Rider, and I can't be more thankful. I'll dive into the build and some of the details I put on it and give my final thoughts. So yeah, let's jump into this and take a quick look. All right, and here we have it, the Red Rider, and it is built. And, looking at first glance, you might think, it's a little messy. It's because I did some weathering, some minor weathering that I learned from when I was creating my army of GMs. I have a video on the original GM release, but first of all, the thing I think I like the most about this is the proportions of everything that goes together with this. This was featured in Missing Link or the Pale Rider line, and then over time they came out with other variations, right? So I think by the time, Missing Link, PS3 game, they get to that, they're really able to create some awesome looking mobile suits based on the UC universe. Just a quick look here where we can see where I have added, some weathering, and I have some other video and photos to show. Basically what I did was I used the gray panel line accent color for any of the white areas, and then I used the brown for any of the red areas, and then I got the chrome Gundam marker EX that we can see right here. It's actually nearly gone, so it's just got very little on there, and that makes it actually perfect for just almost dry brushing in a way, just the edges to kind of give it like that weathered, worn look. Like we can look at the shield slash, sword thing here that I'll show off in a second, and I think it looks awesome. I really like giving this look to mobile suits. I don't want to go too far though, because how long are these mobile suits usually in production, or are they in battle before they're completely destroyed? But I like to think of the Rider lines as those that are like always out there destroying their enemies. They're kind of scary like that. So this was a quick and easy build, and there's not too many accessories. So I think it's the right amount, and they're awesome stuff. The one thing that I don't like about this too much, but I think I fixed it with the weathering, is that contrasty white and red, which is funny how this is a premium Bandai and they actually matched it with the box, but the colors almost are too toy-like. So after I built it, the initial build, I was like, okay, so that's what it looks like, all right. And then just adding the details on it, I think kind of helped add a bit more grounded flair to it, as if it's more than just a toy or a model kit. So this had a lot going for it other than the accessories. So we can even look at the sticker sheet here, and I didn't even use most of it because there's options. You can choose what you want to do. So in both Hades or non-Hades mode, I believe that the Red Rider has that, there's like completely different looks you can go for. And so I can show real quick here the look I went for, which was more of almost a traditional Gundam look, because, there's the option to put the visor. Here's the other head where I used one of the stickers to kind of get a look. But I kind of like this, the eyes, the two eyes, very Gundam-y. I mean, all it would need is the V-fin. And so when I was building it and trying the different option parts, this is the combination I came up with that I really liked. And just as we can see real quick, some gunmetal for the Vulcans there. Although I might have not mixed it well because it came out a little darker, but I think it comes out better on other things like, that's still a bit dark. Maybe it needs some light on it, but the bullpup machine gun, just for fun. Okay, so once you've chosen what you wanted to do with the stickers, for instance, I went all, Hades mode, so it's got the shiny gold there, which you could paint instead if you would rather. Let's look at the accessories it comes with. So in his hand, he comes with it comes with just standard Gunpla hands, but there's an additional trigger finger hand, although what's interesting that it only works on this gun. So what's neat about this is I feel like if you wanted to switch, you could just keep the other hand on and it's gonna be be perfectly fine. But on that gun, it actually comes with these little beam blades that go on the end of it. So that's actually a cool little gun there, something unique to, you know, this kit. Because sometimes when you want to get a kit, you kind of want something neat with it. But that's not all. So we have the shield on this side here, which is really cool. Let me get that off. And then this you can actually open, like so. And then it comes with a beam blade that you can fit in. Hopefully I can get this in. So there you go. And then he's got this beam saber now. Also, there's this part on the top that you can pull off. And then it's got a handle with really only one way to get it in. You just got to match those little ridges there. Yeah, and then there's a blade for him to hold. Now, it is kind of heavy, and one thing I have noticed that's an easy fix, I just haven't done it yet, is the hands can fall off very easily. So, I don't know, let's say I'm just picking up his hand to have him do some sort of pose, you know, and the hand stayed in. So, yeah, I can't really show off that example, but that was awesome. So, what I would do if I were you, if I was to get this kit, what I'm going to do is just add some super glue here, let that dry, kind of thicken up the joint so when you put it in, it doesn't fall out. Because, I mean, this fell out while we were messing around with it. So, man, that, I mean, and see, here's the thing. This kit can just, the proportions of it allow different poses to just look badass. As you can see with some of my pictures that I took of it. Yeah, it's just a badass suit. Along with that, we get this shield. Pretty cool, huh? This is kind of like the ground Gundam shield we've seen. It has the orange. Could that be the 7th team? And it has this decal that has to do with whatever this team was from, which is pretty neat. That might be some lore I need to go through. I've gone through a lot of the Pale Rider lore, not the Red Rider. All right, and to look at the manual real quick, you can see here when you're building it, like I think this page kind of tells the story. This looks like a huge mess, but it's really not. It's really just showing all the variations and options you could do for the head and the stickers. So not only are there parts to build the head however you want, but the stickers for that as well. And here again on something as simple as the skirts, it also has different options you can use for if it's in its Hades mode or not. And I'm going to correct myself, and I'm glad I am doing that here. It's Arius mode. So not Hades, Arius is the other system. You know what? I do have a Pale Rider video that I actually talk about the different systems they each have. I just never really dived into or memorized when it came to the more obscure Pale Riders like the Red Rider. So Arius, keep that in mind or look that up. I might have to do a video of that later. So that just about does it. That's a look at the high-grade Red Rider, thanks to Sieg, New York, and Zionic Shadow for the sponsored build kit. And gotta say, just Pale Riders are awesome. I love the proportions on this thing. You know, if you have the other Pale Riders, it's interesting because they all have these little differences to them. But if this is something you're interested in, let me know in the comments. Is this a favorite of anybody's? Is this like a must-have? I know I'd like to get all the Pale Riders that exist, but they're kind of hard to track down. Some of them are P Bandai, like this one. But yeah, I gotta say, I think at the end of the day, I think what really helps this, not only are the proportions, but adding that weathering, just kind of that wear of more of the, almost like the paint wear on the red, because it helps it not be as toyetic and just look like a cool, grounded Gunpla. So thanks a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also leave a comment below about what you think of this, and if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the links in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to Sieg, New York, and Zionic Shadow. We'll talk later.